Hey guys, welcome to Willow Tarot. I am Elizabeth and I am here with Bree. We'll get to her in just a second. Really quickly, I just want to say I've been waiting months. Bree and I have been waiting months together. We pre-ordered Seasons of the Witch and we're gonna open it today. Okay, but first, let's hop over to Bree and say hey.
Hi, everybody. My name is Bree, and I go by Illuminate My Soul Tarot on TikTok. So I'm super excited to open this deck with Elizabeth today and give our honest feedback on it.
Yes, and I want to say too. So Bree and I read regularly, a few times a week, and we have been reading from. I have read from all but two because I haven't opened them yet. Bree as well has. This is the author of the tarot deck. In this case, Lorraine Anderson. She's soloed on the tarot deck, but she collaborated on all of the oracle. And these oracle decks are all entitled Seasons of the Witch, but they will switch between what pagan holiday or Sabbat. This is Mabon. We're moving into Samhain or Samhain, if you look at it, Samhain. I just want to share that these are also amazing decks. This is why I got so excited about the tarot because she's so amazing. I will say one quickly before we go into the mechanics of the deck. That Juliet Diaz is usually who she collaborates with. This is just Lorraine Anderson, but Tajana Lukovic is still illustrating on these decks as well as she did, I think, all, if not all,
Mhm.
most of the other ones too. So yeah. Okay, so let's dive right in. Let's look at the box itself. This is where I like to start. We have a pretty good cardboard box and it lifts, just very typical, right? Very typical. We have our ribbon to help release the book, again, typical. We have our little rock pool, scan this code, which has not actually worked for me yet. Um, and then we have the
I know
cards.
the app is very, very sticky. I
It
don't use it at
is. I
all.
tried on the first deck I got, and then maybe the second, and then I don't do it anymore because I'm like,
Mhm.
oh no, that doesn't sound good. So one of my favorite things, and I will take a breath. Okay, it is. It's color illustrated. I love it when the guidebooks they offer
Mhm.
the color. Bree, what are you holding up? What are you seeing in that deck that you're just holding?
I'm always mesmerized by like this reflective gilded edging. This one
Yes.
is like an iridescent dark blue color,
Mm,
and all of her oracle decks also have that
mm.
gilded, and they're each different color for the different spots. So
Yeah.
I love that. And this, just to clarify, just to reiterate, is a combination of Yule and is it Embolic?
Mm. In bulk. Yes,
Embolic.
I totally forgot to say that. Yes.
So this she is releasing first, which I think was really smart too, right? Because we're kind of coming, we're
Yeah.
in fall now, but to
Mhm.
start with this is really exciting. So it's all about rest and reflection and deep inner healing work and just kind of taking a pause. So I really appreciate that.
Yes, yes, yes. That whole moving into Yule. So we're in Mabon, we'll go to Samhain, then we'll go to Yule, and then we'll go to Imbolc. And I'm hoping that there's going to be three more decks to follow, tarot decks, because she'll incorporate two pagan holidays into one. Or she can do them all separate. I'm good with that. Um,
I actually read that she is going to be releasing, it says on the back here that she is going to be releasing um, a tarot deck for each season. So she's going to come
uh,
to, there's going to be one for summer, spring, fall, and winter. We have
so
winter.
exciting.
Yes.
Okay, let's look at this. Okay, so what I like to do first is actually pick up the deck and see how it feels. Right away, I'm gonna say these feel pretty glossy. For those of you that read with jumpers, decks that cards that fly out of the deck, that's a little easier. They don't are they too terribly sticky? I'm just getting a feel. I'm not even really paying attention to too much artwork. I'm going through, I'm letting what colors come at me. Very muted, very winter, very fireplace going, cozy cup of tea, lights are dimmed because the days are shorter and we're working with less solar energy. Yes, you can see all the colors coming across. Thank you, Brie, for showing that. All the colors are coming through. We have a muted palette, beautiful nonetheless.
Lots of blues and grays and blacks.
I like it a lot. We also see here where the border on the card itself is not in white. It's like a pale blue or a gray.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Pale blue.
Yeah, it really helps to offset the other colors. I like it a lot. Okay, there's a little bit of stick on these. So I'm going to take my time in shuffling. I like to really get that feel. You can actually bend your deck either way and it will help loosen it a little bit. And then I start to shuffle. Now, I shuffle, I shuffle somewhat carefully because I do not read cards physically in the reverse. If the reverse meaning comes through, it's going to come through. So the cards are always upright. So I look to see which way I'm shuffling. Oh, shoot. Oh yeah, these are a little bit, they got some
And
grips. Go
I
ahead.
personally do read reversals.
Mhm.
So I like to overhand shuffle to start. And then every now and then I like to physically spin the deck
Yeah,
to wash the deck. And
yeah.
then I just recollect them.
I love that. Yes. Yes, I know. Um, once I get it shuffled, I do like the shuffle. The shuffle is also hello. So I have a few things that I do. One thing I do in a deck that I know I'm gonna love this deck, but if I were trying to decide, if I needed to quickly see, I look at key 8 in the major arcana strength. I
Mm.
chose that because RWS, I do not like the imagery. I don't like the dominion that the person or line is holding, attempting to hold over the other. So I really appreciate how the strength card is depicted. I want it to be calm. I want us to know that we are always in control and need not fight for it, which I think is what RWS says, and I don't really like that.
Interesting. Why is it strength? Why is strength your favorite? Why do you go to see that card first?
It was so troubling to me when I first started reading cards. It stood out so much. Um, Kind of
Hmm.
like how I don't watch movies that harm children or animals. I just can't handle it. I don't like decks that harm children or animals. And I kind of got that feeling. And especially since this is internal strength, this is not musculature. We don't need to have dominion or sway over another to have internal strength. So, but in how I feel about that, it's given me such a great practice of going straight to the strength. I
I
love it.
love that.
So
That's a
this
great practice.
yeah, it is, and it's quick. If I'm at a fair, I'm looking at an independent seller with a table that's packing. I need to know if I want this. Um, Having said all of that, I'm actually going to pull the strength card and see what it looks like. So I'm looking for key 8. Oh my goodness, Ace of Winter Cups is beautiful. I wonder what the ace is. Okay, I'm just going to pause really quick. The Winter Hierophant, not just the Hierophant, key 5, the Winter Hierophant. What on earth? That makes so much sense because we learn differently depending on our environment, and our environment is definitely led by the season we are in. Oh my goodness. So the Winter Hierophant, again, I said less solar, more lunar energy, shorter days, longer nights. Depending on where you live, there may be snow on the ground. Are you learning to
Mm.
make snowballs? Learning that stasis can be cool or cold? Oh, I love this deck already.
I do
Five,
too.
five of winter wands. Everything is going to say winter. Okay.
It does. I've also noticed just from my shuffle, I came across this winter lovers. And what's
Ooh.
really interesting here, and I'm going to put some more light on this card. Um, so it depicts a woman reading a book indoors, and outside there's like almost looks like a soldier in the distance or a man in the distance. And how many times, I'm pretty sure every single tarot deck I've ever seen has two people together, right?
Yeah.
This is the first deck I've ever seen where they're apart. So this is more about like self-love rather than like a person loving another person.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that so interesting?
It is. It is. There. Okay, I'm just gonna say this because, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the card. Nicole Kidman made a movie. Okay, it's not a spoiler because it happened like 30 years ago. But in the movie, she was waiting for her husband to come home, and it took place like in the late 1800s, maybe early 19, very early 19. But it turns out at the end they were all dead. Everybody in the movie was a ghost, and the husband that returned only returned. He'd been killed in battle, but she didn't know it. She thought he was coming home from the war, and when he came home to say goodbye and left again. But that is still the lovers. As a dead man, as a ghost in apparition, he came to his apparition of a wife to say goodbye. We don't necessarily carry this physical love in this world to the next, but we have the echo of love, and we are always able to communicate the feeling of love, whether or not we feel it. Right? It's a strong feeling. It's a beautiful way to come to someone in love. Actually, this morning I pulled, was it this morning or yesterday? I pulled unconditional love in my from one of my oracle decks, Ascension Oracle, and it kind of makes me think of this because if you rephrase that to love unconditionally, it is not the same as unconditional love. Do you know unconditional love comes from
Right.
strength? It comes from the inside.
Mm.
Loving unconditionally is almost taught or trained to someone in the
Hmm.
way that I'm looking at it. So just beautiful flow on that. This
Yeah.
deck already has me thinking of other decks, other things. I'm making connections in my head.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah,
exciting.
it is.
Oh my goodness. key 11, judgment is called, no, justice is called winter consequences.
I love that.
I'm very
Oh
in love.
my gosh, the moon card is called New Moon.
Oh, that's hopeful. That is so hopeful. Oh, is she running through the snow? I love it.
She
Into the darkness of
is.
night. I love this. New moon, where you get to plan ahead and not be too cautious in the steps you take because nothing matters yet. There's the
Yeah.
winter lovers card. Wow, you're right. That is, I think that might be. That person looks like they have a sword.
Hmm.
And oh my goodness.
I love the words she chose, like artisan of winter wands,
Oh.
apprentice of winter wands. Just such like very thoughtful words.
Mm.
It really gives that self-care feel and just it really does take a different uh meaning on some of the
Yeah.
traditional terms. I love
Yeah.
it.
And it brings together something so in our faces, our seasons. We have four. Well, depending where you live. I have
Mhm.
two. I live in Texas. But, we're supposed to have four. So the seasons play an important role in our lives. From an agricultural standpoint, which is where we started out. We are some of the first generations to not grow our own food. That's huge for our species. It's actually anyway. Um I got a chill because I totally forgot where I was going with that with agriculture. Never mind. I'm going to stop there because I did find strength and I just want to talk about it. So the
Okay.
strength card, key 8, is amazing. It's a polar bear with a person riding on their back holding a lantern. I'm going to quickly pull the hermit, which is the year we are in, but I also want to see what the hermit or the star. I want to look at both because I see the star, the lantern in the hermit card is the star. It could be the star here. Is that the star or the hermit? That's the hermit.
It, this
Is
is
she
the mhm.
the winter
She
hermit?
sees like an elk or a deer.
Yeah, and there's no lantern. The
That is
deer,
the elk and the deer is the
yeah,
land.
they're
Is
lit
the
from
light.
within. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. So we have exchanged the lantern from the hermit to move to strength. Let's see what the star looks like. This is weird.
Well, wasn't Strength a polar bear?
But where is the light source? I'm
Mm,
looking at the light
light
source in all of the
source.
cards,
I
right? So
see. Right, right.
So the hermit traditionally has a light source. Here it does, but it's found not within self, but within another, a different species at that. That is a foreign light source.
Mm. I found the star.
Okay.
The star is we have like the light source is actually like a girl, like a spirit girl holding a star. So like the star is in the sky, the trees, right? But she's like a spirit holding the star.
Okay, so this is interesting. So let's look at the light sources in the deck. Who is actually holding the human, the small version? I'm assuming a human does not have a container for the light source. We're looking at probably a celestial body holding the light source. Right. In strength, we see the container held by the human or person for the light source. But in the hermit, they are not holding the traditional light source, they're not holding it.
Right.
I wonder what else. I'm trying to think specific to light sources. I don't know, but I'm interested in what these people are going to be holding or not holding in their hands that is not traditional. I think
Oh,
that
check out the
they're
devil. They're holding like a wheel or
a wheel of
actually,
the year, a pagan
yeah,
wheel of the year.
could be pagan wheel of the year. Yeah, and like they're being controlled.
There you
Uh,
go.
that's beautiful. I did find so one of my special cards
Mm.
is death, and it's actually my tarot birth card along with it reduces down to Emperor, which is number 4. But this one is just very thought provoking. It's kind of like
Yikes.
this Reaper looking figure underneath just like in a swamp, like, but there is the sunrise, so that's still traditional from, a lot of death cards where we have the sunrise symbolizing, rebirth and a new day, but also the ending, right? We have a lot of bones over here. Oh, the bones of, it actually looks like the elk. We see the
Ah.
antlers there. And she's holding a rose too. A rose. It's a really beautiful card. It's very, very pretty.
She could be the spirit of the elk or deer. I mean, she's not human. They are not
Hmm.
human, rather. Um, Death, because I mean, like, think about channeling. Like when I read dead people, I'm reading someone who's no longer in this realm, but still exists. I'm still connecting. This
Hmm.
entity in the water could be the spirit of the elk. Just the idea of death is transition. Death is death too. The deer died, but it became something other. It
Yeah,
transitioned. And we don't need to, just because we're apex on this planet. I mean, I would say it means, it doesn't mean that we naturally understand everything that's going on, right? Our idea of death is something to feed our bellies. It's not looking at transition necessarily.
it
It
is
is
true.
stunning. Yeah. It's interesting that water source in death. Hmm, it's, I
Um,
don't know.
you mind if I actually read from the book what it
Oh,
says of death
e-
card?
excellent. Excellent idea. Go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. I really appreciate how thorough these this book is. I mean, the pictures are just gorgeous and there's a lot of description for each one. So
Mm.
this is Winter Death. So I'm going to hold up the card so everyone can see. So it says, here can be seen a pond just beginning to thaw, revealing the bones of those claimed by the harshness of winter. The air is foggy and cold, as though grief was trapped in the sky. The land is barren and wet with the earth's tears. From the wetlands, the grim reaper emerges, reminding all who come upon her that death comes to each of us and we never quite know when or where she will appear. However, the reaper is misunderstood and has played the villain for many years. Where there is death, new life shall follow. Death is fearsome, and her appearance foretells an ending is imminent. But she takes, so she shall give. In her bony hand, she offers a red rose, a symbol. Turn the page. A symbol of willingness to welcome transformation and trust in what's to come. Far off in the distance, the sun breaks the horizon, promising a rebirth is near. If you trust in her, she will clear the way for something more aligned to occur. And the divinatory meaning, it's so easy to fear. It's so easy for fear to fear this card, assuming it means physical death, although in truth, the death of everyday life can feel just as scary. Losing an identity, a place you have called home, or losing a dream can trigger sadness and grief, even when you know this ending is what you need. At its core, winter death means a change. Something in your life has traveled with you as far as it can go. More familiar endings, such as breakups or the loss of a job, can certainly be represented here as well. But this extends well beyond that to include bittersweet endings, such as a child transitioning to adulthood, encouraging ends, such as healing long standing emotional wounds, or evolutionary endings, such as breaking a self destructive habit. There's another layer to this card. In some ways, winter death is more about learning how to grieve. It appears when you have struggled to let go of what's already gone. Your soul has drawn this card to encourage you to accept the inevitability of change coming to you. Let this one go, my dear, as better things are waiting for you on the other side.
Mm. I love
Isn't that
that.
beautiful?
It
Yeah,
is.
I like I
It's
like
the
how she breaks down the description of the card of what's actually
mm,
happening and like where her intention was in the drawing, and then she goes into like the divinatory meaning of how it can apply to your life in very modern ways.
yeah, yeah. And something too, like with death, some transitions are great, some are uncomfortable. However, but like there seems to be a timeline involved. Like if I'm going through something really uncomfortable, I want it to end. I want to know when it's going to end. And in this deck, I can choose to read this as Yule Imbolc. I'm going to be into the spring when I transition, if I choose to read it that way. Typically, I don't read time, so usually I ignore all references to time. But if I wanted to, that's just another little something that this deck offers. Timing. It's Yule, it's Imbolc, it's our December and January and February. Actually, it'll bleed into February too. Um, that's amazing. I hadn't thought about it like that. It's timing deck. Ooh, I like that. And I like death, the scary cards. When they can approach those and it comes across comfortably. Yes, I like that. Because to me, strength is actually, the artistry on it is typically a little scary, not the message. Did you want to go to the Emperor and see what that offers? I will dig it out of the deck. I
Yeah.
gotta find it, but go ahead. And you want to read Ten of Swords.
Well,
Ouch.
I actually wanted to get your thoughts because I came across it when I was going through this deck, the Winter Wheel.
Ooh.
This is such a unique imagery for this.
Oh, I love
The wheel is frozen.
that. That's cool.
So the
Um,
wheel's not spinning, like we're frozen in the winter. We're like pausing, right? But the wheel normally in traditional tarot is all about a positive upswing, right? Like there is always ups and downs in life, but it's generally a positive card that like things are going on an upswing and positive good luck is coming your way. And if it's kind of in its reverse state, that means, it's going on a downswing and like just be prepared and things are going to come to, a pause possibly. But like this to me would be like almost in its natural reverse state.
yeah, like a stasis. Yeah,
Like
what's
yeah,
in the liminal? If you're in a good space and you're moving to a bad space, just to be simplistic, what's the gray? That's the gray. That's the
right.
transition. That's death in the wheel. And I would say too, it can be on an upswing. This is personal. There's no wrong in tarot, as Brie and I know. This is just two people having a conversation. The
Mm,
wheel is about, for me, it's a little chaotic because we're coming from the Hermit, a huge amount of stasis, into the wheel, which is just going to fling you far. You're just going to go sailing because you jumped not a carousel. You jumped on the Ferris wheel that's going so fast you're flying off of it. I'm just kind of giving you this. But the idea of the wheel coming from a hermit or stasis into massive activity and then driving yourself directly into justice. You're
mm,
deciding where the fairness is, where the equilibrium exists, if it does. You come from silence to abundant activity, and then you're asked to make a decision on what you've just witnessed and how it applies to you. How long you were in the wheel and how long you were in the hermit will help you decide that.
mm.
Crazy. I'm trying to find that card. I love it.
Really?
The
I
winter.
know. I keep just going through and I keep finding cards that I'm so attracted to. Isn't this gorgeous? This is
It
the
is.
Winter Empress.
I saw that one. She's
It's
floating,
so
isn't she?
dark and it's so I love it though because she looks like she's about to take something away, right? And normally like abundance and
Mm,
creating and birthing, and it looks like
mhm,
she's going out to like not kill, but she just looks more dark, and I
mhm.
love it.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, it's like the moon. She's wearing black and she's reflecting white. It's like the moon. What portion of
Yeah.
the moon do we see? It's black or it's reflecting our light, the sun's light. Um, the winter wheel, I'm looking at it. This is the year we're going into. Next year is the winter wheel. I need a better.
Mhm.
Oh,
This
it
is just,
says
I'm so excited. This is such a beautiful deck.
it's got words. Something Yule Imbolc. What does it say?
What are you looking at?
The wheel itself, there's writing on it.
Is there?
Yeah,
I didn't
Yule and
even,
Imbolc are visible. And then there's two other, possibly three more words. Is it Samhain?
is it Mabon and yeah.
Well, maybe what comes I can't remember what comes after
Llamas?
Imbolc. Might be Llamas. Maybe it says Llamas. It does look like Mabon though.
Yeah.
Well, wait. Mabon comes before Samhain. One, two. Oh, it's the wheel. It's the literal freaking wheel. It's got 8 portions. It's the wheel of the year.
I
Holy shit.
love
Those are the
that.
sabbats. Okay, so each of the sabbats are listed on here. So even though we see frozen or stasis, Isa and Elder Futhark runes is ice. But ice is wonderful if you need to walk across a frozen lake. It provides stability. So sometimes staying in the same space provides you with stability needed to move forward. Um,
Mm,
and you might have to wait to cross that river until Yule or until winter when it freezes. If you know you want to go visit Grandma Edna, but she's across the water, you only get to see her in the cold, short days of winter. You know, like seasons also prescribe to us the relationships we can have. It's amazing how this is working out. I love this. I love this.
it is. Yeah. These are some, yeah.
Oh my, Seven of Wands. Sorry, it was just behind. Oh, it's a little freaky. It's a little scary. I like it a lot. When I say scary, I'm not like traumatized. I'm just like, oh, what are we doing here? Seven of Wands. That's an interesting way to look at that. I almost want to say my first thought was like there's a piece of
Oh, here's the Emperor.
oh, I forgot we were doing that. Well, when you get a chance, look at Seven of Wands. It looks
Yeah.
like channeling and it looks like a essence of you know you're doing this. You know you're gifted. Stop listening to the outside. It's so strong right here. Okay, but anyway, what is the Emperor saying? Go ahead. I'm still finding
So
it.
this is very it just like just straight off of intuition, right? So
Mm.
the Emperor here is depicted as like a mountain. And she is crossing this stormy like snowstorm to get to this mountain of like wisdom for guidance, you know? Um
Or
so
to
this is
climb it.
definitely a different take, definitely a little bit of a different take. To me, he looks more wise and elderly. Like the way that like up close, it really looks like he's just depicted as more of kind of like a wise man, you know? Whereas I think of Emperor, I think of more in uh, like a business leader
Mm.
and structure and organization and authority. And this is like a softer version of authority. This is
Mm-hmm.
just like for wise guidance and like wisdom. It's not aggressive
Mm-hmm.
authority. This is like soft guidance and wisdom. It's just a softer version of it seems less harsh. I don't know. Does that
Mm-hmm.
make any sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. And it's also like if we view the person walking as the emperor or the land that they walk on as the emperor, that white shape, that huge white shape, it looks like the outline of a person. That is the emperor. But what I'm also seeing that new moon as the emperor because we saw the new
Mhm.
moon in the other card. So even that new moon might not be a theme in the deck because we saw it and we mentioned it. It's a theme for us in these moments now.
Mhm.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love doing that with the cards too. I will look at the card and I read it just like you did. And now next time, maybe if I said, well, the emperor is the mountain, next time I'm going to go, the emperor is that snowflake falling to the ground. What does it mean? And I don't necessarily walk into these definitions going, I know what I'm talking about. No, I'll spend 20 minutes going, what am I talking about? And then I'll
Right.
go to ChatGPT and ask. But, I love it as an exercise. I love that. I love that. Oh my goodness gracious. Is there anything else? Oh, Initiate of Winter Cups is flying out of a window. So this would be the page. It's like Peter Pan.
I
Is that
love
another
it.
new moon? Wait a minute. Are they
That
all new moons?
no, there was some full, I think. I could be wrong, but
Oh, there's one. Well, what's an all black moon? Is that an eclipse? Is that a
um
thing? Or is there
well, I
maybe
think if it's I mean it could be. I don't know what she was intending, but if it's all black, yeah, that would be a new moon.
a new moon? Yeah,
Full
you're
moon is
right.
when it's all white.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I'm only seeing new moons.
I
Nope.
thought I saw one. At
There's
least
a
one.
no. That's a flower. Wait a minute. Oh, it's a crescent moon. Here's a Temperance is holding a moon.
Crescent moon?
Yeah, but
Okay.
in the sky itself, only look. What is that? Oh my, what's this? On the winter five of pentacles, five of winter pentacles, we've got symbols. Oh no, nothing. All right,
So I think overall, and I'm curious your feelings on this too. I really I love this deck. I love the imagery. I resonate with it very much. I actually was just kind of peeking through the book a little bit here, and it says the spirit of winter the types of really like archetypes or like the types of themes that go along with winter and what this deck would be really good to kind of use it for. So a few of the ones that pop up here is, deep inner wisdom, hibernation and dormancy, inner work, patience and acceptance, reflection, rest and rejuvenation, setting intentions, right? We see a lot of those new moons. Shelter and protection, silence and meditation, surrender, vulnerability, and warmth, which really goes along well with the theme of doing the shadow work that you mentioned.
Yeah.
So I think this is a really fantastic deck, for that, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if I would use it to just answer. Would you use it for just answering any general questions that people would come and just ask you?
Yes, I think any deck that resonates with me, I use across the board. I don't have a deck for a purpose. The closest I got to that, which I don't even know where that deck is, I tried to find it the other day. There's a deck for questions about love questions, and that was the only time I've come that close. I cannot remember what the deck was. It was an esoteric deck, but otherwise, no, because I pigeonhole myself, and I'll pigeonhole the deck if I start assuming or only associating it in certain ways in certain readings. And the
Mm,
deck should never be pigeonholed. It has every answer the universe has a question to offer on. So I never limit it ever. Try not to.
yeah, I love that way. I love that perspective because I have tried reading just like I've really challenged myself lately to do readings with just like a different deck that I don't normally use, but maybe it's more, animal specific or love specific or something. And every time I do a reading, I pick out a different element that I would have never focused on before that would have been pertinent in like a different type of reading.
Mhm.
So I think it just really is another way to be really, to increase your intuition, to, really analyze the imagery, pick out different parts and like really get to know your cards really well. So I love that. And I actually don't have any other like wintry or super like season themed decks.
Yeah,
So I
I don't
love
either. I was really excited about that. I had been looking for winter. Well, when I first started, I was looking at Christmas decks when I first started reading, and now I'm much less looking at that form and more in the pagan style. This is the closest I have to anything like that. I'm so happy she's doing this. I did see some Christmas trees. We definitely have elements of Christianity and paganism in this. And
Mhm.
paganism is an umbrella term. It's not anything too specific, but do you feel that you are attached to nature? Do you like the seasons? Do you feel that there is a source within you that speaks to Mother herself, Mother Earth? Paganism. Finding
Mhm.
your path within that is up to you. It's your spiritual journey. Um, I love it. Yeah, no, I can tell. I'm like not like engrossed because I will sit here for 20 minutes in silence, and that's not what this video is for. But I am very happy. Oh my God, the Winter Devil. I know we already talked about that, but that is freaky.
We also have a Santa that
Oh, sorry. I did see the Santa. I saw him. I was like, oh my God. Hey, they're holding a wheel in the devil, just like in the Wheel of Fortune, how we saw the eight sabbats. The eight sabbats are held in between the two people. That's what they're holding. The what? Okay, so the sister card, the devil and lovers are sister cards. If we look at RWS, we'll see that. Rider-Waite Smith. However, when we had the lovers card, she was reading a book. What's written in the book? Is it a picture of the wheel? Because we're seeing the wheel on the devils, the devil card, they are definitely sister cards. And I won't, okay, I just get so excited. This is the last thing we're going to look at unless something comes in your mind, because I will go for 3 hours.
there is nothing, it's just writing. It's like, it's
Oh, you just, nothing,
nothing. It's
what is
just
that
like,
called?
it's like
Legible.
scribble.
Okay,
It's
darn it, darn it.
scribble. Nothing's legible. Yeah.
This is like when I watch shows, I watch what's on their bookshelves, what shoes they're wearing, what is the carpet like, what's painted or put on the walls. That's what
What's
I look
written?
to.
You just said what's painted on the walls, and I was just about to say over here, painted on the wall, there's the elk again, which is in the
Okay,
what was
let
it,
me
the
look at
hermit
this.
card? It
Yes.
was like the guiding light. It was the lantern.
Yes. Ah, yeah, yeah. Okay, hold on.
And you literally just, as you said, it
Yes.
was like painted on the walls. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm looking at that.
Okay, so just okay. I'm just going to share something for the video because I always feel this is
I
important
love
to
it.
share. Anything that you feel as a reader, and this is the general you, I think should be said. You know what I mean? Like put it out there because it will make sense to someone. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the elk. I wonder if the elk in Lorraine Anderson and Juliet Diaz and Tajana Lukovic's decks, they have a single that's beautiful, well articulated drawings. There's a theme that will run through an egg, a fox, a moon. Something will be in every card. And I read the guidebook, but I don't always look specifically for that knowledge. I like to see if I can see it. But I've seen foxes in her other decks, so I don't know if it's the fox. No, there's no fox in this one in the winterful. I don't know what it is,
There's
but I'm
a
excited.
fox. There's a fox in a few cards. I saw it on the Fool.
Oh, there is one on the full, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then there was a fox on another card too. So I think a fox is definitely a central character.
Yeah.
Uh, oh, I saw some crows. Oh, there's the fox out the window on this is the um Initiate of Winter Wands.
I don't see one in Artisan of Winter Pentacles. Um, but I could be missing it. I am looking for animals at this point, but actually I don't think there's any animals in that one. And it's inside with no windows. I wonder
The
what the
Ten of
card inside.
Swords literally looks like an exorcism is happening.
Oh, I'd never thought about that. Ooh, they do starve the body for those, or they used to, I thought.
So let's think about that. So Ten of Swords, and it looks like 10 little lightning strikes are literally raising her body up off the ground. Oh, and like her braid is hanging up over the treetop. So like
I've
it's not
noticed that their braids tether them to the trees and ground when they float, like in different pictures. Like the hanged
yeah.
one, the her hair is helping to tether her. Well, okay, so look, that's the Ten of Swords. The Nine of Swords starts just at the crown chakra with the lightning bolts.
I was thinking like the pain when you get exercised, right? Like the devil is supposed to come out of you, right? Like the worst possible thing that's happening to you is leaving you.
Oh yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
worst possible pain that you're living in, the worst possible situation, this rock bottom, right? It's only going to get better. The sun is rising. So like this pain that you're feeling, it's only for a second. You're in that moment where like you're in rock bottom and it's only going to get better from here.
Mhm.
Maybe
I
that's
agree.
kind
I
of the
agree.
concept.
Yeah, and this is where the pain starts. And we're looking at keeping in mind we're looking at swords. This is your intellect. This is your mind. This is
Mhm.
your point of discernment and clarity. You discern. You decide what troubles you, and then exude what troubles you. Let people see it. Ask for help. Get rid of it. Excise it. Incorporate it. Love it. Nourish it. Whatever works. Just because something Woo, not dropping that bomb. Just because something hurts does not mean you need to live under the supposed pain. Reframe it, rework it. If it's
Mhm.
possible, imagine it differently. Eight of Cups. But it starts in the mind and then becomes something in the world. All of the queens and kings, the emperor, the empress, they all follow this, the internal to the external. How do you get it to the external world? You think about it first. You plan the aces, the twos, the threes, any of the suits, but then you get to see it happen in the world. And I love that with the 10 and the 9 of swords because it's not quite so barbaric. RWS is a dead man on the beach in RWS. They're not playing. This is definitely a softer deck to look at. It's also, I'm gonna be real, it's edgy. I mean, I think it's
It
edgy.
is.
I don't read like, kawaii all day, but this has got some some teeth. This is
Mm-hmm.
gonna be a good shadow work deck.
Yeah, I really appreciate the theme and the I always like a good deck that kind of switches up the names sometimes. And like I feel like it's very fitting for the theme.
Excuse me. Okay. I'll close. My last card that I'll offer is the Winter Chariot because the Chariot's actually my number, my birth number, and this is a very interesting chariot. It's a person with one rope attached to looks like a white swan and one rope attached to a black swan under a crescent moon. They fly. I mean, I'm gonna have to. Some of these cards, it's like I gotta look at this for a minute. I'm not real sure what the message is. I mean, I'm having a really good time if I'm the person riding along, right? All I have to do is sit there. If I'm one of the birds, I might be a little tired. The Winter Chariot. But ideally, it's not just up to one of the three entities on the card. It's up to all three with purpose and design to reach their goal, the Chariot. It's also the Three of Cups, Three of Pentacles. Any of that, really. The threes are about coming together, but the Chariot's number 7.
Mm.
Anyway, I like this deck a lot. I'm very excited. And with our shadow work session, our event dropping tomorrow, I am so happy that we're doing this now because I believe I will be bringing this into the room. It's not a quick read for me. Some like Lightseer's Tarot, I picked it up the first time and read through the deck. Like it was just came to me. That deck reads well for everyone I know. This is going to read well for me. It's going to take me time. And I want to
Right.
give it time. I had liked this deck so much. I want to give it time. I want to stare at the pages or pictures. I
I
love
agree.
this. So overall, I am just as thrilled now as I have been for the last 2 months while waiting for it. I'm so excited to incorporate this into my new shadow work practice. Very excited for that. And I am so hopeful that, and I believe she will because she said it, that she continues down this path and that they continue to publish decks. Love, is there anything you'd like to offer in closing?
I'm just grateful for the opportunity to go through this deck and share kind of our thoughts and for this time. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, I'll have you back for Samhain. We can go over Lorraine Anderson, Juliet Diaz, and Tajana Lukovic, the next Oracle deck. And I will say, just to revisit, this is the one we're now. These are good Oracle decks. So far, they've all been really good. And I don't just tell you guys, we're not getting anything for doing this video. We're being honest, and we will absolutely tell you if it's shit. That's why we do this together. We will let you know it's not shit. These are good. Personally speaking, sorry, my opinion, they're good.
Yeah.
All
In my
right.
opinion, honestly, on the Mavon deck, that is my favorite one so far. Like I think it's the season and just the advice that resonates with me the most, but they're beautiful cards and beautiful messages. So definitely highly recommend.
Yeah, me too. All right. Well, I am going to say goodbye. I'm very happy to have met all of you today, and I hope to see you again soon. Goodbye, guys.
Bye.